Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Glad to
Wonderful.
be back. I'm glad to be back. Welcome to Slim Talk Tuesday. Y'all make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe. If you're on Facebook, hop over to my YouTube, please, and subscribe to the channel. I'm glad to have these guests back, these beautiful ladies. I'll let you introduce yourself to them, to the crowd, to the viewers. I'm just so happy to have y'all back here on Slim Talk Tuesday, the first episode of 2025.
Hey.
Oh, 2025.
It's
Lord.
2025, baby. It's flying, ain't it? I feel like January gonna go by fast to me. I don't know why. I feel like it's like
It
the
need to hurry up
11th. It need to hurry up.
quickly, please.
You don't like the cold. You cold.
I don't like cold. I don't like January. None of it.
Dang, what's wrong with
I don't
January?
like December. I don't like Christmas. I don't like nothing. Nothing
So you the
that's
Grinch.
no.
Okay. So you the Grinch. She said she ain't much
No, I'm
Christmas.
just saying like I
So
don't
I'm
like
just trying
nothing.
to see.
Like it's all those months are really just stressful unless you really just rich. So that should be
You don't
stressful.
have to be rich. You don't have to be rich, girl.
It's stressful.
So that is the Grinch, y'all. I'm gonna let her introduce herself to you.
Y'all know who the fuck it is. Can I cuss
Londra,
on here,
aka
Slim?
Manifest Millions.
Yeah, can I cuss on here, Slim? You know who the fuck
You
this
can
is. This
if
is
you want to. You
Laundry
wrong,
Vines
baby.
Manifest Millions on all social media platforms. Don't come on here and talk my shit on Slim Talk Tuesday today.
Period. Period. As you should.
Yeah.
To be yourself. This is a platform to be yourself. This is a judgment-free platform. Feel free to
We
drop your
listen
comments,
and we don't
whatever
judge.
you want to say. Just give your opinions on things, maybe some advice. This is a judgment-free platform. And Miss Moso, you can go ahead and introduce yourself and your platforms if you want people to follow you.
Well, y'all know it's your girl Moso, and you guys can follow me on TikTok at Moso82. If you guys are ready to get locked and loaded, you can follow me at Locks Dress and Things LLC on Facebook, where I am also proud to make your nappy so happy. Get
Hey, get
locked with it.
locked. Hey, get
I need
locked
to
with
get
it.
locked
I
with
see
it.
this lock game on here. This lock
Lock
game.
Look,
gang, lock
Lock
look,
game.
gang.
We love the
you
natural
know.
look in the locks, ladies. So
Yeah.
you do locks in Little Rock as well. In Little Rock, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they can find you on that page if they want to book any
They can definitely
questions.
find me on that page. I'm old school. You can either hit me up through the inbox on the page, or you can connect with me with my telephone number. Call me, set you up appointment. I work by appointment only. Yeah, all that good jazz. I'm looking for new clients. Come on, get locked with me.
And you gonna pay that squeeze in fee too. Don't be calling at 2 o'clock and you want your hair done at 5 and think you paying regular
Oh
price.
no, that's not gonna happen. You gotta book. You gotta
For real.
book in advance, baby. I do
Only
appointment only, not last minute appointment. I'm sorry.
No. She said, nah, don't do that. Don't do it
That's
like
too much pressure. That's too much pressure. I'm good.
that. You good on that. Look, but I
Yeah.
can get you tomorrow, the day after that, if you
There you
want.
go. Yeah, yeah. But not that same day. Mm-mm.
That same day, it's for that fee though. You wouldn't charge them that extra fee, girl.
No, because if I don't have no appointment today, that mean I had something planned.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no.
Look, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Look, I had something to do. That's part of your appointment only, huh?
That's part of my appointment
And
on.
that's going lovely as well. The entrepreneur, right? The full-time
Yes,
entrepreneur.
yes,
How's it
yes.
going for you?
You talking about me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, everything's still going good. Clientele be up and down normally around this time of year because you had the holidays. People kind of slow down, and they pick back up when our wonderful official Christmas holiday, Taxmas. When
Well, it's
Taxmas come,
when taxes come, you had to pick back up.
Taxmas comes around, then the business pick back up and it goes up from there, and it's just the same repeat cycle. So yeah, right now we still good.
Yeah, right. It good in the neighborhood. How long you been here in Little Rock again? I know I probably asked you that already. In Arkansas.
Um, I've been in Arkansas going on 6 or 7 years. I want to say
Okay.
6 years. 6 years.
And that's
you
when you
are
jumped
10
right
to
into it when you came here. I'm just look, girl, it's a whole
Um,
interview.
Well, yeah, pretty much when I moved down here, I ran into some people and they kept asking me who did my hair and they asked me did I do other people's hair. And then I started building my clientele and then I noticed I was doing hair maybe like every day. And then I looked to get in the LLC and in the middle of the pandemic I quit my job and the rest is history.
Look, it's up from there, up in the stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Manifest the Millions. What do you have going on lately, sweetheart? How you been?
Girl, I'm okay. I've been a little sick the past couple of days, but I'm okay. I'm
It's
just
just
working
weather.
on getting the podcast back together, trying to do what I gotta do. But it's probably gonna be February. I wish I could have got started, but I'm a procrastinator,
No,
But I'm
not
just
in
chilling.
2025. We're not gonna do it in
I
2025. We pushing
know, I
ourselves.
know.
We
I've
doing
been
better. We holding
procrastinating.
ourselves accountable for certain things. This
Yeah,
topic, and I
I
want
know.
everybody to tap in as accountability and clarity for certain things. But in 2024 recap, I'm pushing through. You said February. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Good Vibes Lounge.
February. We have a actual location now, so I'm proud of that. Besides that, that's just all I've been really working on. I've been stepping aside from the filming part, trying to be more behind the camera a lot. So I'm
Mhm.
working on doing that. I mean, I still want to be in film, but I'm looking at being more on the producer side of it and just being behind the camera now. So that's something new that I've been doing the past like 4 or 5 months. So
Okay,
I
that's
haven't
dope.
brought anything out yet, but it's gonna be some stuff for 2025 that's gonna come out.
And y'all make sure y'all look for Manifest the Millions, Good Vibes Lounge. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to that as well. I like both of y'all on films though. Do y'all have films coming out this year that y'all can speak of or anything that's
I
coming out?
mean, I'm hoping for a couple of different things, that was supposed to come out last year. I guess that they're working on it, critiquing it and stuff like that. And I guess they're gonna come out with it this year. So hopefully those still come out. We got a couple of different things like a film that I'm in a little bit with Mo. I can't wait to see that come out. That's actually it looks good. I don't know if we can really talk too much about it, but it really
That's
looks
gonna be
good.
exciting. So y'all
Yeah, shout out to Ryan for that, Ryan Barnes. So
Shout out to Ryan, yes.
I'm excited to see that. But there's some
that's
things.
dope.
Mm,
I love it.
yeah.
I've been connecting with some beautiful people, and I know I probably say that all the time, and I'll be sharing our posts, sharing our pictures because I've just been lately over the last year. If y'all go back and watch some shows, I've just been connecting with different people, and like I love to see our people like push themselves and actually do what they actually love. So I really love that for y'all, beautiful queens, and what y'all have going on for yourselves. And like me, I'm just stepping out as well. Look, I'm gonna be a little nervous sometimes, but I'm pushing it.
Oh,
And people see me and they like people if they don't know me, they love my energy. I'm like, if y'all really don't know, I'm freaking shy. Like I'll be like in a corner somewhere. I'm very shy, but people love my energy, so that really pushes me as well. So I just love being around y'all. I just love y'all.
yeah, I
Very
love being around
motivating.
you too.
Very
And,
motivating
oh,
for real.
I love when I see y'all because
She got she disappeared on us.
She froze on us. Uh,
She froze on us.
she froze.
Well, manifesting million, she's having technical difficulties. Clearly, we see.
Clearly.
That's fine. She gonna tap back in with us. She gonna tap back in with us. She just loves us beautiful queens that much. She messed up the camera. Can't even work it. She loves us that much.
can you hear me, Slim?
Yes. Look, she got a lot going on. Again,
Hello.
but thank y'all for tapping that
Slim.
Slim Talk
We can hear
Tuesday.
you.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't.
Yes. We can hear you.
She'll be right back, y'all. She'll be right back. But again, I mean, while we waiting on her to tap back in, y'all make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe to Slim Talk Tuesday on YouTube. Hit that notification bell. I think this year in 2025, so I won't overload myself. I'm gonna do every other Tuesday. So my next topic will be on January 21st, and I'm excited about that. So we're gonna push through. But this topic, today we're going to have is accountability and clarity of 2024. We're going to do some recap of some stuff that you probably held yourself accountable for in 2024. Moving forward, we're not going to do that no more. Like, reevaluate some stuff and just push through and, move forward. Stuff that you hold yourself accountable for, it can be a growing experience. You have to take that and grow from it. It ain't always bad or always negative. I think some people, accountability can be looked at negative sometimes. I think that's why it's so hard for people to be like, I'm gonna hold myself accountable for that, because it's hard. It's really hard. So, Mo, what do you think? What do accountability mean to you? Like, can you define it? Like,
to me, this is my version. When you actually hold yourself accountable, it's actually leading you to be a better person, because if you can, check your own self
right?
when you know you're wrong, um it means that you are conscious of the things you do in life. Like, you're aware of things you say, how you say it, how it affects other people.
Exactly.
You're aware of, like, even though if somebody needed to hear what you say, you pay
Mm-hmm.
attention to, trying to say it in a way that they can receive it. And if you did, then you're accountable to come back, be like, hey, I'm not apologizing for what I'm saying. I'm apologizing for how I said it, because
Yeah, the delivery
yeah,
that you.
my delivery was bad.
Yeah,
So I mean, accountability is a big part of growth, because if you can't, yeah, we need other people to be able to tell us, check us, because sometimes we can't see what we're doing. But at some point in time, you should be able to stop yourself and be like, wait, hold on,
yeah.
I
That
gotta
ain't
go.
that
Mm-hmm.
ain't right.
Yeah.
So, what I got from doing my research, of course, and if y'all look, I do research on a lot of this stuff. Again, some of this stuff I'll be speaking from experience, stuff that I researched, maybe somebody told me, or I just want to get clarity, like I said, for myself. So, accountability is the state of responsible for actions, decisions, and being able to give satisfactory reasons for them. Basically, what you're saying, like, knowing what you did wrong or right, and like, hey, stepping back and take realization, like, hey, I did this wrong, let me take this step towards growth and not do that. So
Right.
basically just what it is, just self-explanatory. and
Yeah.
and when I was doing that research, it was different. It gave me an individual definition, and then it gave me a definition for organizations, like far as companies. So it's for individual, they're responsible for their actions and behaviors. Exactly what you said. It could be somebody walking down the street and you say something crazy, or somebody looking at you crazy. It's just how you perceive it and what you giving out, basically. So
Mm-hmm.
I asked Mo, since this Calandra Manifested Millions is back, y'all. She was having a few technical
No,
difficulties
people be calling me. Why people call you when you blow? They know you busy, bro. Like, you just don't call.
in the middle of this. Like, watch the live. If you want to talk
Watch
to me,
the live. You'll see
just
that
talk to me
I'm
on live or
very
something.
It's gonna mess the whole thing up. But
Y'all stop calling her. She busy, man.
what was the question now, Slim? I'm
I
sorry.
was just asking Miss Moso, like, what accountability meant to her, like the definition of accountability, like what it is.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just taking responsibility for what you do. Good or bad. If somebody calling you out on it, I mean, really, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you. I mean, you probably can if I think about it as I'm speaking it, but I don't know if you could take accountability for something without somebody calling you out on it. Like, if it's bad, like, I mean, I don't know if you'll know that you have to hold yourself accountable for
Certain
something if
things are
someone's
just
calling you
certain
out.
things that you probably won't
Right.
realize that you
Right.
doing, unintentional, and people
Yeah.
might have to bring it to your attention. You have to step back, like, oh, so
Right.
certain things you definitely can, like she was saying, like the delivery. You might say something that ain't you didn't even try to, but that's the way you deliver things, and somebody be like, hey, I didn't like how you said that to me. So you have to step back and reevaluate the situation and take accountability from that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I could definitely see that. So my next thing I want to ask you, lovely ladies, and then we did talk about this a little bit out camera, and it was some faces, some funny faces. And I know everybody, a lot of people probably chime in now. Like, do y'all think men or women lack the most accountability?
I think men lack the most accountability, but I feel like women should be held responsible for certain actions that they do and may not, give to cares about how they have done it or whatever it is. But I think women know a lot of the times more than men do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, a man may feel like they ain't gotta hold themselves accountable or don't need to hold themselves accountable because they don't know what they're doing. That, maybe whatever. Like a woman, I think she probably knows, in a sense, even if she,
Subconscious. She already
yeah, like I believe a woman knows just in general. And, so I don't feel like a woman always feels like they should just hold themselves accountable in that sense. Like, just because, men might not know, women do, in a sense, to me. I just feel like they the ones who should hold themselves more accountable than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion.
That's your opinion. And again, let me say this again. This is
Y'all know
judgment
me.
free zone.
Y'all
Y'all,
know
these
me.
are
I
just
don't give a
our
fuck.
opinions. Maybe something we experienced or something that we went through. You know what I'm saying? So if
So
you
it
have something
definitely
that
is
you
the
want to
reason
say,
we
drop
do
it in the
that.
comments. You know, Miss Moso, who do you think men or women lack the most accountability in, and why? Maybe.
Well, I'm gonna go against the grain. I think people in
Mm,
general,
I mean, that's true.
because accountability is not a gender role. It's all about the person.
Okay, I like
you
Um,
taking you taking my thoughts. You taking my thoughts.
it.
because I
You know,
mean, you
Mo.
have like accountability comes with growth, so it doesn't matter what your gender is. If you're not willing to be accountable for your own action, that's not it's not based on gender. And I hate they do that because I mean, again, like you said, they said women are not accountable for their action. I'm accountable for my actions. A lot of times, things I had to learn because sometimes you are the problem.
Most of
And
the time, we are the problem. Let's be real.
I
Yeah,
ain't gonna say most.
that's
No,
what. But that
Most of
goes
the
to
time, we
show
can
that.
be the problem.
But that goes to show that women know more than likely what they're doing wrong over a man doing something. Because, if you look at it, a man might just be cheating or something like that. And now, of course, they ain't gonna hold. They're gonna be like, no, whatever. This, you did that. But as far as in literally holding yourself accountable when you're doing wrong or doing something wrong, a man really won't. That's why I looked at it like that when she said it, though, because a man really won't act like they know the difference in what they did wrong, or what I mean. And so a woman will more than likely call them out on that. A
but
woman honestly knows more than likely if
but
she's,
just cause
you
the
know,
man act like he don't know, and just cause the woman knows she know, don't mean they're being accountable. Just
I
because a
mean,
woman knows, just because she knows she wrong, if she's not being accountable for her actions,
That's
she's
all
still
right.
not being accountable. Even if a
yeah,
man portrays he don't know, and he's still not being accountable for his actions, he's not being accountable for his actions. So whether you know it and you acting like you don't, or whether you act like you don't and you really don't, you still not accountable for your actions.
I mean, yeah.
So
Mm,
it's just
and
like
it's
saying
just,
a lie is a lie. No matter how big the lie is, no matter how small the lie is, a lie is a lie.
yeah, yeah. Mm.
So it ain't got
You
nothing to
said
do
just
with
people
men or
in
women.
general, and she said men like that.
I
Some
mean, yeah. I mean, if we're gonna look at
But
it
see,
as a man or a woman,
that's
I'm gonna look at it like a man hold. They act like this. They less accountable. I mean, but if you look at it like most
but
saying
see,
people in general, if you don't have growth, yeah, you're not holding yourself accountable, and that's part of growth. So I get what most saying as well.
most definitely. What was you saying,
yeah,
Mo?
because see, a lot of time when men act like they don't know, this is like a lot of time when men act like they don't know what's going on. That's weapon incompetence. They know what they doing, but they use
Mm.
weapon incompetence, act like they don't know nothing, so we can do stuff. So um yeah, like accountability is all part of growth, and that's why you have a lot of people that would rather find a scapegoat than to look in the mirror and figure out what can they do different to make the situation better. And that's why you have a lot of people that get stuck in the same situation because, yeah, certain situations we get in, some other people are to blame, but you can't focus on the other people that's to blame because you can't change them. You got to focus on what can you change in this
Yeah.
situation and what can you do different to look at what was your part in this situation to get where you at. Like,
Right.
Right.
okay, say
Right.
like if somebody was supposed to let you borrow some money to pay a bill, yeah, if they change their mind, yeah, they can take their part in it because they agreed to let you do it and then they bagged out. But you got to take accountability, self accountability. That I'm pretty sure at one point in time you had the money, you played over the money. If you hadn't played over the money, you would have never had to depend on somebody to pay your bill. So you can't be too mad at the person that decided to flake on you. You got to be more mad at yourself because you had it, and instead of doing what
Right.
you were supposed to do, you did something else. Now you depending on somebody else to get you out of the bind that you put yourself in the first place.
No,
Most definitely.
that's facts. That's
Most
facts.
So
definitely. That self
And
accountability. Hey, how y'all doing? Can y'all make sure y'all sharing the live as well? And y'all can drop y'all comments. We're on the question: do y'all think men or women lack accountability? We took gender roles out of it. My lovely lady, Miss Moso. She's just said humans in general, people just lack that accountability. It's like it's hard. It's hard for people.
mhm.
And it's real hard. And again, it's a growing experience. It's a learning experience. Certain stuff that you really just don't take account, like manifest the millions. Like you can really just not know, like stuff that you need to take accountability for. It's just a process, especially if you're not what the terms they use and woke. If you sleep out here, if you're not paying attention to certain things, like you won't take note. Hey, I handled this in a certain way. I shouldn't have handled it like this. I should have been more calmer in this situation. Like, and some people have to call you out on it and be like, hey, I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't
Yeah.
have did that at all. So y'all can drop y'all comments, please. Let us know
So,
how y'all feel.
Slim, let me ask you this: we took the gender out of it. Do you think it's an age thing too?
yes,
I definitely,
definitely.
yep, yep.
Because we still want to hold our children even accountable at a certain I mean, I guess at a certain age as well. So that's why I'm wondering, can we?
And that's with
we
the letter that I was showing y'all that was gonna kind of touch base with that I was gonna get with later in the topic.
okay.
She was just basically saying basically it was hard. She didn't know how to take that accountability as a child. So like at a certain age limit, that's when you know, like, hey, I've been doing this wrong from age, we can't even say 7, 8, from like 15 to 18, 20 to 25. I should have did this, or holding yourself accountable for certain things. I think it is an age limit. Like when I started realizing and holding myself accountable for certain things, I'm not gonna tell it's probably like 2, 3 years ago. So it and the research that I did do, and they was like it hit 30 when you in your 30s. So how do y'all feel about that age when you finally like I have to hold myself accountable for certain things?
And,
Was it a certain age? Was it like
uh,
For
I
me, I
don't
don't.
know. I mean,
but
because a lot
some
of
people
different.
have that though growing up as well. Like you saying, like some people don't have to where they have that support to where they know how to hold themselves accountable growing up. And then some people don't have it. So
I mean, for me, it wasn't a certain age. It was when I realized if you don't do something different in your life, you're never gonna get anything different. And the first part of bettering yourself is always it always starts with self. No matter what that self, anything's got self in front of it. That's the first step of becoming better.
mm-hmm.
So you know, I can't hold somebody else accountable for something if I'm not holding myself accountable.
Right.
So I got to start with me first, no matter what I do. So it wasn't so much an age; it was just reflecting over my whole life and realizing that I got to take accountability that some of these situations I'm in is because of how I'm living my life.
Most definitely. Most definitely. And we're not gonna say it's a certain age, but can I ask you what age that was when you was like, I have to redo some stuff and take some self accountability for the stuff I've got going on. Like,
Shit. Now in age, hell.
and it
I think I might. I
When I
think I
was
might was.
younger, no,
I think
I
maybe. maybe because I was in my maybe in my late 20s, but for me, I think the reason why I kind of had an awakening kind of early with a lot of stuff is because every decision I ever made, I always put how would this affect my kids.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of times having kids made me want to be a better person. That was my reason for wanting to be a better person because in my self accountability, I'm all these kids got. They
Yeah.
my kids. They depended on me. I brought them into this world. It's my job to take care of them. So that's what really woke me to, kind of just push me and motivated me to want to be a better person every day. Because if I'm lacking, they definitely gonna be lacking, and then that's gonna be hard because it ain't just me. I gotta take care of.
That
So I
part.
guess mine started early. I don't. I'm not even gonna say when it did because, like, anytime something hit me, I always be like, my kids, my motivation. My kids, my motivation. So they've always pushed me. So for me, it's always been my children. Right, like right now, I'm really just to the point where I'm using myself as the motivation.
Right.
'Cause they not little, so I gotta find me to motivate myself to be better.
Okay. So you said it started pretty early for you. I guess a question for me to you would be, was it ever a point that you kept, it was certain situations that you kept going through that may prolong through the ages that you are now, maybe 5 years, 7 years after you realize that I have to take accountability to certain things?
Yeah,
Was it
I
certain
mean,
situations that you like that prolonged for years that you really had to
yeah,
pull yourself up?
and I still struggle with financial making good financial
Okay.
decisions. I still now that's something that's still a weak point, but I do notice when I make better decisions how it does have a better outlook on my life,
Yeah.
and I have to try to remember, okay, this is what I was doing wrong because like I said, it wasn't so much as somebody teaching me finance. I mean, teaching me accountability is a fact. Nobody taught me financial responsibility. Nobody taught me
Yeah.
how important it was to be able to
I
manage
agree.
your money. Things I had to learn on my own. So it has taken me longer, and I'm still working towards it, to be better with money.
Mm.
But hey,
Like,
you holding yourself
I
accountable
agree
now.
with.
Though. That's what you're doing. You're
I,
holding yourself accountable for certain things.
I am like I'm holding myself accountable for certain things. I'm learning to stop spending just because I'm learning. Like
Cause
I'm
you be
learning
letting
now.
toes, cause she can dress y'all. She be buying them outfits and them boots, and she be
For real.
dressing up with her lipstick, and she be looking
Girl.
fly. She said she getting better. She ain't gonna buy that much clothes. She piping down, but the girl be looking sharp, as the old folks say.
Girl.
She be sharp.
I'm learning to, to not let bills run into the next month, because and I'm learning not to be too hard on myself if I can't pay my bills on the due date because realistically a lot of people can't do that because it's hard times, but I celebrate the fact that they don't go into the next month.
Yeah.
Right. Hello.
That's a celebration for me. Like even something as small as it's not as big to me. It might be small to somebody that never had an issue. The of always having my car insurance paid, always having my cell phone bill paid, like being able to catch something before it get cut off. That's something I pride myself of no longer having an issue. Like I said, am I pushing it to the limit still? Yes, because I am a single parent doing everything by myself. I have no help. I have nobody I can fall on. Ain't got nobody that's gonna pick me up if I'm drowning. But the fact that I can go into the next month without carrying a bill from the previous month. That's an accomplishment for me. It's an
Right.
accomplishment for me.
A big.
Um,
To
yeah,
me, I mean, I'm learning to with the bills and everything like that. I'm learning that all the time. But to me, when it comes to accountability, I have a problem with my relationship with accountability.
Now
That that
that
I think that's and I say that because she was like earlier, people repeat themselves, they repeat everything that they're doing, and then it's because of certain things that they, are letting go on. But I think that's the most important thing because I don't hold myself accountable in a lot of the different things that I've done in different relationships or in my relationship. And that's why I'm probably where I have been a lot of the different times that I've been there too. So, I mean, I don't think it always just got to do with, being financially, like she said. It could be personal too. And so
Right.
I wanted to just put that out there because I struggle when it comes to relationships. So
Yeah.
probably because I don't hold myself accountable in a lot of different ways,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Well,
Yeah.
she like, I'm just loving it, and I'm just loving. I'm gonna love you good.
Yeah.
Right here, Miss LaQuinta, I thank you for tapping in. Y'all make sure y'all follow her as well, because Miss
I know.
LaQuinta
I like
Chatterbox podcast is. I love that podcast as well. I'll be tuned in there. Y'all make sure y'all go like and follow her page as well. She said, I think different stages in life plays a big part because you're always going to have situations that affect this.
yes.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I can definitely see that because 2-3 years ago is different than what I'm encountering now and stuff that I can hold myself accountable for, like moving forward in the growth that I'm getting from that. I most definitely can see that for real, for real.
Yeah.
Like I agree with that. So we already kind of touched on how long Ms. Mo said she hit it kind of early. Manifest a Million said she kind of in the last 4-5 years is when she holding herself accountable for some stuff. But again, y'all, accountability is hard. And I know she said that with relationships.
Yeah. But
And
it's a growth
it's
process.
hard.
Like
It's been hard for me as well. But I guess it depends on the person that you're with too. But we ain't gonna go there. But still, I can kind of piggyback off of what you're saying. I can definitely. No, really, yeah, it's been hard for me to hold myself accountable, but the guy that I'm dating now, he's not just so aggressive with it. So I'm able to actually sit down and be like, you can handle this situation a whole lot better. Stuff that I'm able to hold myself accountable for in relationships. So I guess in that portion is now age when I realize stuff. Because at first I'm like, I'm right, you wrong. I'm right, you wrong. So I don't care. What I say gotta go. What I say goes.
Are you sure you're a Cancer? That sound like Leo type stuff. Nah, just kidding.
Girl, she said it sound like Leo type stuff.
I am right.
You agree? Look, you agree?
I am right.
Look at that ain't Leo stuff. No comment.
I mean,
Mo said it ain't no comment. She know.
I'm not saying that I'm always right, but I mean,
majority of the time we are.
I know a lot about a little bit.
A little bit.
You know enough, huh? to agree to disagree.
Yeah. Again, I said it's hard. It said defense mechanism. What you referring to on that, Mr. Kirkland? Thank you for tapping in. I got all my podcast people on here. Y'all make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe on his podcast as well. What you referring to, Mr. Kirkland? He do some good stuff. He said we always see what the other person did versus what we did to make things go bad. True.
Boom.
She dropped.
But that's part of being not. That's part of not holding yourself accountable, right there. That right there.
No, for real. And we quit. I ain't gonna say we. Let me talk about myself because I've been quick to do stuff like that. Like for real. And she said.
But that's why I said, 2025. If we're gonna go by dates or whatever, this was gonna be the time where I actually listen. That's one thing I was going to, try to do more of this.
You have to stay consistent as well. You can't be like, I'm to hold myself accountable these months, but when this happened, this situation happened, I'm not gonna hold myself accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable, whether it's positive or negative. That's just me reading this. It don't always have to be positive. I mean, always have to be a negative situation. You hold yourself accountable in a lot of situations and push forward, learn from it. That's important so you can grow.
Yeah.
You have to grow from certain situations, like for real. You don't want to stay stagnant in that little situation, like you said, relationships. When I say, baby, that's been one of the hardest for me. Like, it's just what it is. I mean, it's out there. It's what it is. So, a few more things that I think I'm gonna skip the letter part that we talked about off screen because we kind of touched bases. It's just kind of about her upbringing of her childhood. Do y'all think the upbringing of your childhood could kind of affect the accountability that you hold yourself to life, like teenager, grown up years, and just being an adult?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of know what you're saying by. I mean, I'm gonna say it like this. I don't know. I think you're saying, for instance, I don't think I had too many problems growing up to where I feel like that it affects my life, but I know people around me
Mm,
that tend to say this and this happened because of my mom and dad or whatever. So this is why I'm like this. I feel like when you grow, you have to hold yourself, like we said, accountable for certain things. It's not because of how you were brought up or whatever, because to me, when you're grown, you have that right to, do whatever you feel like is a good environment, like putting yourself in a better environment, putting yourself where you need to be putting
right.
yourself in. So I feel like I don't feel like just I mean, I feel like something in your past may affect the way you feel about certain things or the way you have grown as a person. But at the end of the day, it's like Mo said, it's your choice to make yourself a better person or whatever. It don't have nothing to do with the people around you because you can't run their life or you can't do all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can only take action for yourself. So to me, I don't feel like, and I only say that because sometimes I read people post and they're like, well, my mom was a narcissist, or I was brought up like this because of this and this and that, or I had to learn early, so this and the other. Like, to me, that's not it shouldn't affect you in a sense to where you don't know how to live your life now as an adult or whatever. Maybe as a kid it affected you to where you just, you might have ran ragged or did whatever, but as an adult, I'm gonna say it. I feel like you have that choice to make sure that are a better person, like, or doing better
What
for
you said,
yourself, because it's
you
to
should make
learn.
that choice. You should move forward
Yeah.
and want to move past whatever your upbringing was. So
And I
definitely
mean,
a
it
choice.
will affect you. Yeah, I mean, it will affect you. Things depending on what you went through in life, because a lot of people haven't went through like a lot of traumatic stuff, but at the same time, it don't have to be tragedy for or something traumatic for you to just be feeling like, oh, I'm just going through this shit, just because. Like, no, you going through it because you won't hold yourself accountable and know that there was a difference between you then and you now. So I mean, that's just my opinion. Yeah, I
Right. You say y'all know me. Y'all know I go off on
don't.
the rampage. I know Miss Mom.
Because I don't feel like because my mom went through whatever she's going through or what she brought me up as, that I, whatever. I feel like I learned from there. I know what I don't want. I know what I don't want to be around. It taught me, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Versus saying, oh well, this and this, because you don't really know how she was brought up, or or so on, so on. So, we just gotta stop
Like the
saying,
comment said, Ms. LaQuinta, she said that's just making excuses. That's just
yeah,
making
like,
excuses
I
for
mean,
everything.
we all been through certain things. I mean, we've been through certain things. I just feel like you learn from it, and you have to, and if you don't learn from it, you have to try, because that's what's, making you that negative person or whatever it may be, or making it to where you're not holding yourself accountable. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is. So I don't know. Like,
Okay, I'm just gonna read this one paragraph part to where she was basically saying it was her upbringing for
Mhm.
why she kind of lacked the accountability. She said, I grew up in a household where there was no boundaries, no routines, and no real consequences for anything. If I didn't want to do something, I wouldn't. My mom always yelled and asked us, but wouldn't eventually do it herself or see if we tried that if it wasn't good enough, I would do it. She would do it herself. My
Mhm.
mom avoided conflict whenever possible. I was never taught how to sit in emotional discomfort or take responsibility for my actions. And that's
See,
just a small portion.
and see, I feel like just by that, for instance, okay, maybe the mom avoided conflict because maybe how she was raised. Maybe she was raised to where she may, we don't know, but maybe like she used to get beat, or maybe whatever, because she wasn't doing something right or whatever it is, and she don't want to take that out on her kids because she wasn't raised that, like, she don't want to have all that negativity around her. I don't really know, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like how I feel like
I really
my
don't see, like, but
mom.
like you saying, the choices that, like, as we grow, we have to see that, hey, this is the situation that I went through as a child. I know this is not how I want to live my life, so I'm gonna make a choice or make that decision to move
Right,
forward, or learn something from that decision and move forward. But like a comment said
right,
back, people mindset, people's not always to take that and learn from it. Some people, it'll break people down. Some people it'll break them all the way down to where they don't know how to navigate in life. They don't know how to hold themselves accountable. They can't get nowhere. They can't keep no job because they don't have hold themselves accountable. They can't keep no man because they don't hold themselves accountable. Those are the things. Like, some people, it will break them down, but some people, I guess, like a beautiful people. I thank everybody for tuning in. Like, you have to take from that and learn from it. It was like, really learn from it. Like,
yeah,
push through. Like, a lot of people, I thank y'all for
that,
tuning in again. Y'all make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe. This is the first topic of the year 2025. I'm very excited. I got Miss Soul and Miss Calandra Vaughn's Manifest the Millions. Y'all make sure y'all tap in, follow these lovely ladies. And we're talking about accountability and clarity. 2024 recap. Very good topic, accountability. We know this can go several different ways. Like, we touched a little bit about relationship, a little bit on uh, the upbringing of your childhood. Do you think that it can affect the upbringing, your accountability you have for yourself, your upbringing, Miss Moso?
Yeah, I do. Because you gotta think about it, from birth to 18, our parents influence us in every aspect of our lives. And
Learn
a lot of
behavior.
times we try to live up to the standard. Huh?
I said learned behavior. That's just what we learning from our parents. But you can continue.
Yeah. So it's like, a lot of times we try to hold ourselves to the standard that our parents hold us to. We try to stay in line with our parents. And so from birth to 18, our parents have given us a portrait of how things are supposed to be. So from once you become 18 or 19 or whenever you get on your own, now it's time to reprogram your how you think. And a lot of times that's hard because sometimes when the kids are trying to reprogram themselves, their parents are still, like really deeply in their life instead of letting them go to becoming a functional adult. So a lot of times parents don't teach their kids how to be a functional adult. They teach their kids how to be pretty much minions and go with the flow. So
Mhm.
not understanding that teaching your kids to be a functional adult in life is more important than teaching them to be yes men, because when you grow up and you become a yes man, they can get you in a whole bunch of trouble. But knowing how to function in society is way better than just trying to not ruffle a couple feathers. Like you can be
Right.
teaching a kid how to be a functional adult is teaching them how to stand up for themselves respectfully. It's
Mhm.
teaching them how to have their own voice. It's teaching them how to think. It's teaching them to step outside the norm and go against the grain, especially when you know what you believing in and what you're speaking on is the truth. So yeah, it does affect all that, because again, if all you were taught was to go with what people say, then you never were taught any form of accountability.
Right. Right.
Or if you attempted to speak up for yourself, and if you were in an abusive household for speaking up, or you were punished, you know on after so long, you can punish me so much, or abuse me so much, that part of me is going to go deep down within. And that's a lot to try to bring that back up, because you're going to be afraid that you're going to get the same consequences of it. So your childhood affects the foundation on how you become an adult. Now, when it becomes your own personal issue, when you don't try to work on becoming your own adult, when every time something goes wrong in your life, you be like, well, this is what went on when I was younger, but you're an adult now. You don't have to go by what was told to you. You know it's wrong, and yet and still, instead of trying to use it as stepping stones to become a better person, you using it as excuses for
Yeah.
people to accept you for something you don't want to change in yourself. Which
Mm,
means again, you're not taking self accountability. You would rather stay the person that your parent made, knowing that your parents made a horrible person, than to try to be a better person for the people that you're going to create, because
right.
that's how you break generational curses. Like you can know that you were brought up bad and those rules and stuff was horrible, and when it's your turn to bring up somebody into the world, that's when you try to do better. Not saying you're gonna get it perfect, but if you know your parent beat you for everything, hey, let's not beat our kids. You know, if you know your parents didn't listen to you when a lot of things could have been explained with an explanation, if they had let you had a voice, you teach
Right.
your kids a respectful voice.
Right.
So it's like those are how you elevate and you teach your kid to be you know, a responsible adult. Or if a lot of situations where sometimes you probably would have told your parents the truth if they had just listened to you and made you feel comfortable. You
Mhm.
you give your kids the safe space that you would rather them come to you with some stuff that they did wrong and be able to have the safe space to tell you than to hide it, because as we can remember, we were teenagers and it was things we did, and our really reason for doing it was we don't know, we just did it. So
Yeah.
yeah, we had no reason for doing it. Be like, why you did it? I don't know, and it literally be the reason. So when you learn that, yeah, kids do messed up stuff, but as a parent, I would rather my kid tell me the messed up they stuff they did, because 9 times out of 10, if they telling you in the beginning, it ain't as bad. We just get upset because we like they supposed to know better. It's our job to teach them better.
Right. Right. Most definitely. And I think what I got from that, I can kind of see because I know people around me similar in those kind of situations from the letter. She just said how her mama will yell and then she'll clean up or whatever. I took from that it was a lot of frustration from the parent, But in those moments, I think we
Mm.
need to take our kids, from upbringing, hey, I told you to clean up. You have to explain those things so they can maybe sit in those thoughts, even if you're gonna go clean up anyways. Have them to sit in those thoughts. Mama did tell me to clean up. I should have cleaned up when she told me to clean up. Those are steps that they can start holding themselves accountable for versus them having to start holding themselves accountable at 24, having to learning their process where it won't be as hard for us to start holding ourselves accountable at 34 years old
That's
at
it.
40 years old. And some
Right.
people still ain't doing it at 65 years old. I mean, it's just hard for
Mm.
people to hold themselves accountable. It just starts when we little. Like it really starts when we little, and it's you can't say unless you in that really this situation. If you have kids, you gotta try to teach your kids a little bit better than what you learned when you was growing up, so they can have that self accountability on everything in life, because it can take what I put on the status, it'll have you in a chokehold. If you don't hold yourself accountable, it'll have you in a chokehold. It be you be trying to figure out what the hell is really going on. For one, you ain't holding yourself accountable for nothing.
Hmm.
Nothing at all. So what is you doing? What is you doing?
Right.
Looking for scapegoats.
And excuses, like Miss
Exactly.
LaQuinta said, there ain't nothing but excuses.
That's
Because
it.
why you got all these excuses? Because you're not perfect.
Or other people to blame. One of the two, because you'll blame somebody else just as but it's just as quick. So yeah.
Real fast. Real fast. Okay, so before I wrap it up, I got one little question. I got my little stuff over here. What all have you taken in accountability in the past year that may help the viewers who may have similar situations, that may have had similar situations?
Mm.
Just maybe just one thing that you
Let me
kind of step back. You be like, I
let
gotta hold
me
myself
see.
accountable for that. I really do.
Let me see. Let me dig in my bag of personals.
Like something they can learn
'Cause
from,
I know
like,
I got
and I know us on this platform.
man.
I know Ms. Mo, you are very positive and uplifting to other people. So something that may have you felt like you was right in the situation over the last year, and then you just kind of step back, like, I shouldn't have handled it that way. Not gonna say you're wrong in the situation, but I could have handled the situation better.
Mm. We
Yeah,
talking to Mo right now, right?
Y'all can drop y'all comments. I can talk
Okay,
a little bit while they thinking. Just over the past year, I've taken accountability, and y'all, this just is very bland of my life. Because it's just been moments to where I've just been scatterbrained here and there. I got this. It's just certain movements and growth that I've learned how to handle situations, where I want to be in life, the people I associate with, inserting myself in negativity when I know I don't need that. Just I've been taking accountability of a lot and just pushing myself forward. And 2025 is me. It's Big Slim on Slim Talk Tuesday. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with me. And there's more to come. I'm trying not to chime in too much because y'all be talking. Folks be talking, but
Yeah.
y'all see it, and it's gross. So yeah.
I mean,
I know this is sound a little cocky, but I feel like
That's that Leo in her, y'all. Y'all have to excuse her.
I feel like I
Y'all have
did
to excuse her.
I
Y'all have
did
to,
I did a good job last year because the old me I'm a retired crash out. Um and it was situations where I should have crashed out and I didn't.
okay, can you tell us about the situation? Maybe a little bit about where you should have crashed out, and where you be like, I'm taking myself accountable. I didn't do that. I didn't crash out, because that's very positive. Self accountability. Like I could have crashed out, but I didn't.
Could have crashed all the way out like the planes crashing in the buildings on 9/11. But I didn't. I didn't. So that's what I'm saying. I can't really find no time when I look back and be like, you know what, I could have did better because I didn't do what I wanted to do. In the moment when I decided I wanted to do it, I did some real quick self accountability. Was like, what they gonna prove? All it's gonna do is make people think you crazy,
Right.
and that it ain't. So I guess I stopped myself before I did it because I was like, all it's gonna do is give them exactly what they want. When I have to, I have to hold myself to a higher standard. If I expect people to hold me to a higher standard, and in the words of Shanae, I'm a fucking lady. Um, why would I do that? So I caught myself in the moment and held myself accountable and was like, it ain't worth it.
Yeah.
It ain't worth it.
Yeah.
I still debate and struggle with it because the enemy be like, it would have been worth it, but I'd be like, the growth me be like, it wouldn't have.
Because you wouldn't have gotten nothing out of it
It would have made me feel better.
for the
But
moment.
no. It would have made me feel better every time I thought
Well,
about
I'm
it.
I'm glad you retired, crash out, and you didn't crash out. So I'm glad that you did, because baby, I felt like it would have been some tables and some stuff flying. I don't know the situation, but I feel like it just would have been a
No,
fire.
I would have crashed out with my words. I wouldn't even been yelling. It just would have been a crash out with my words. But that's just as bad as flipping tables when I use my words and crash out.
Oh man,
words hurt, Mo. Words hurt.
Exactly, and I know how to make them words hurt.
Miss LaQuinta said, allowing people to treat me any kind of way, I'm taking accountability that the people only did what I allowed. And that's real right there.
Man,
for real.
I love that one.
That's deep right there. That's deep right there.
That's
a self accountability.
Because I was
I allowed this. They are who they are, but I allowed it.
And I was trying to figure out a way to say exactly what she's saying and exactly what you're saying, because I feel like just being on the journey that I've been on for the past few years, you know what I'm saying? I like to call it vibrations. And if you making my vibration low or whatever, or if I feel like my vibration ain't up there, I try not to be around people. I try to make sure I take notice to stuff that, you know what I'm saying? So I understand it. Like, because it's not that I don't feel like I should hold myself accountable for certain things. It's just that I feel like, damn, am I the one? Is it because of me that this is happening, or is it because of where I'm putting myself at that this is happening? You know what I'm saying? Right. So I like how you said that, because I'm like, damn, I think it's because of where I'm putting myself at. I have to understand that every fucking situation or everything that someone asks me to do is not always good for me. You see what I'm saying? And I did a lot.
And sometimes you gotta meditate on those things. When things come to you, you have to sit and meditate on those things and let that energy draw you to what's really for you. Because it can be some messed up stuff. Because last year, baby, how about choke me a few people? But I'm trying to be a retired crash out. I took back some self accountability. Like, you can't do that, girl. They're my kids. You can't do that. That's just my self accountability. Thank you, Miss Daniels, for tuning in. She said, I took accountability for the opportunities I missed out on out of fear and ego. Now I dare the opportunity to pop out and not go. And not go yet. Period, boo. And you know you better. And you gonna snap on it every time.
Every time.
And I thank y'all for y'all comments and stuff, because some of this stuff is really like, it kind of touched base with me. I'm trying to get with Mo at right now. She's like, really? It really ain't nothing that I really just... I'm trying to get to that journey to where in those moments I can stop myself and hold myself accountable, you know, before I move forward. And that's a beautiful thing to be right there. And it's just so lovely and so peaceful. Like, I ain't worried about a thing. I ain't worried about that.
Look, now some things it ain't no, I ain't no stopping. For the most part, a lot of times I can look at it and be like, it ain't worth it. It's gonna cause more trouble than it is. Making me happy, because it's gonna make me happy if I do it, but it's gonna cause me some inconvenience that I don't want. Unnecessary inconvenience.
That part.
That part I choose.
It's spending money. That's very inconvenient. Like, baby, ain't nobody got time to be. I ain't be doing that. I'm gonna hold myself accountable in this moment. Let me move forward. Look, baby, I'm gonna be the retired crash out in this moment. I'm gonna go home and talk about it, but that's all you get from me.
Yeah, go home and be like Ricky from Boys in the Hood and just punching air.
For real.
Be mad about it. Well, I thank you, beautiful ladies, for tuning in. I got something special at the end, but of course, I want you to let the viewers know where they can find you. Like, follow, or subscribe to anything that you got going on. You go ahead and let the viewers know.
Well, it's your girl, Mo.
No, go ahead.
Look, she just... I love these girls. Yeah, hold on. I met y'all probably like a year and a half ago. Probably almost 2 years.
Has it been 2 years?
It's close to 2 years.
No, it's been.
You know what I love them so much. So,
yes, I love y'all.
Look, y'all energy is so beautiful. I love to be around beautiful people that's uplifting. They smiling. Look at their beautiful smiles. They ain't mad. They ain't envious. We love beautiful queens like that. Okay, I stop. You go ahead and let them know.
Okay, it's your girl Moso. You guys can find me on TikTok at Moso82. You can follow me on Instagram at Moso_82. And if you guys are looking to get locked and loaded, you can follow my business page on Facebook at Locks Dress and Things LLC, where I'm so proud to make your nappy.
So happy.
I was so happy. Get locked with me. Hit me up. I get an appointment. Lock gang.
She said she do appointment on, not the same day.
Put me on a video. She needs to put me on a video. I love to do her look. I'm so happy.
A little commercial, little ad. She want to do your. She want to be the ad.
Yeah. You know. She know. Okay, y'all already know who the fuck is Calandra Vons, Manifesting Millions on all social
crazy girl.
Make sure y'all are following me. Of course, I have a podcast, Good Vibes Lounge Podcast. If you want to be on my podcast, you know, I can't wait to get these ladies on there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about a lot of great things. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned.
Yeah. I thank y'all. I am Big Slim, the host of Slim Talk Tuesday. Y'all make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe on my YouTube. I need some more subscribers. Look, clock that. Ain't that what y'all be doing? Clock that. I need them subscribers. So please go subscribe, share this video. And if you catching the recap, drop your comments and some advice that you may have for us lovely ladies. I thank y'all for tuning in. But this little shindig 2025, I'm popping out. I'm trying to move forward and stay consistent with all of the creativity that I bring forward. So I want to announce a collab that I am doing with Rejuvenated Sensation. It will be February the 8th, at 7 to 11 p.m. It is going to be a Valentine's Day sip and paint. So y'all make sure y'all grab the tickets. The tickets will go on sale this weekend. We will be posting that information for everybody, and it will be sold out, guaranteed. So to make sure we're pushing these ticket sales, it's gonna be a limited ticket sales. We've got about 10 to 15 couples that we will accept. And if you want to grab a friend and y'all come out and sip and paint for Valentine's, maybe you ain't got no boo. You missed the matching pajamas December. So you got to come single for Valentine's. You can come to the sip and paint. It's going to be February 8th again with Slim Seductive Scents and Rejuvenated Sensation. This is going to be so excited. This is our first collab. That's, again, my bestie boo. That's my babe. Again, I thank everybody for tuning in to Slim Talk Tuesday. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. The next topic will be on January 21st at 7:30. I thank everybody for tuning in. Love y'all so much. Bye.
Bye.